Hi, Toula. I hear that this tape, Toula, is being made specifically for you and you alone. Okay, Toula? From me to you. There's some things you have to be made aware of, which you're not. So before you start passing judgment on me and telling people that you don't want to talk to me because you're deadly afraid of me, you have no call for this, Toula. None whatsoever. And I'll get to that, okay? But in the meantime, I'm going to start off with you, and we're going to start off with the first thing, okay? I guess you and everybody else want to know whether I'm armed. Do I have weapons? To clarify that, yes, I do. Okay. They're not here. They'll never be here in this house, ever. You would never find not even one crumb of gunpowder in this room or in this house anywhere. Okay? My weapons are somewhere else, at a house, a safe house. My associates know where they are. They have access to them. I have a select few over the years, but they're called select for a reason. One particular one I have is the donkey. It's a 9mm. Toula, this is the shell for it, or one of them, okay? This is the only shell here in the house. I know it's supposed to be under lock and key and blah, 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 blah. But I don't have a gun certificate registration document, okay? FAC, I think they call it, FAC. Anyways, this is the end of this conversation. If we'll ever have a conversation, Toula, about this, I'll answer 1,000 questions for you truthfully, okay? 1,000 truthfully. But at the moment now, Toula, this is over. It's in the past. I'm letting you know. And I'm not done here, okay? Mark, take this. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't catch a bullet? Brother, you're fucking sad, man. Please, take that back where it belongs. Put the chest back in the wall. Later. Now, that's gone. So let's get back to things. Toula, you say you're deathly afraid of me. Well, let's see. Let's go back in time. Let's start off with when we first met, Toula. And I was your milkman. Your mother was on welfare. Your 3 sisters were on welfare. I was your milkman. My father was delivering notes to your mother. You had milk bottle coupons or plastic thingies. I remember you had, your teeth were rotting out of your head at that point in time. You had dental problems. But anyways, Toula, I don't remember if I met you when I was 8, you were 7, or I was 9, you were 8. You would remember that, not me. But anyways, so we're at where you were setting me up to meet me. Remember? So let's take it from there, Toula, where you're setting me up to meet me. Let's take you back now, before you met me. Let's go back to 2566 Lac-Rodere Street, Apartment 1 in Montreal, where I grew up. So let me tell you about my childhood, Toula, before you met me, and things you don't know about me. When I was a kid, out there, the rats were eating their way through our bedroom walls and through the kitchen, through the whole building, but we happened to live in the basement, so we were the first mark for the rats. My father was catching them with muskrat traps. You know, the rat would come through the wall in our bedroom and it would come straight down onto the muskrat trap. Now that baby, that sucker was like that big. So the rat couldn't miss the trap. So anyways, the rat would hit the centerpiece, the trap would snap, Then you got blood all over the place. The rat is screaming. The chain is waggling because he's got to nail the chain to the floor to keep the rat in place so he can kill it with the fucking broom. So the rat won't run away. Anyways, many, many rats to her. Many rats. It was so bad, I used to go where he threw them in the bush, get them, put them up on Lacordaire Street with the Mira trucks, and have the Mira trucks squash them. So I would see that they're squashed, so I know that they're actually dead. There was that so many. One part. I'm at 4. I'm raped by Russell and murdered. So I'm fucked up with the rats. I'm raped and murdered by Russell at 4. My mother's whipping the shit out of me with a belt. Now, here's something you don't know and nobody knows. So I'm going to enlighten you. When I was a kid there, we used to play Huckleberry Finn, Toula. And where I played Huckleberry Finn was on a couple of pallets in the back of the hospital, where the water was like maybe that thick around my ankles or deep around my ankles. And in this water, Toula, is syringes, bloody gauze, pustule rags from the hospital. You name it, Toula, it was in this water that I played in as a kid. You know what happened to me by playing in that water, Toula? I got the Black Plague. And you'll say, no way. I said, oh yeah, wait, sister. I got the Black Plague. I had 15 boils on my stomach at one time that were just rotting my body. My body was rotting. Okay, I remember hallucinating in pillows and being smothered and the doctor coming in and shooting me up. I remember the milk, warm milk compresses on bread that was put on my stomach to pull all the infection and the pus out of my stomach. Am I damaged by this time, Toula? I guess, eh? Wouldn't you say? Pretty fucked up. You haven't met me yet. Anyways, I'm the unwanted child. I'm the discarded child. I'm an inconvenience. I failed grade 1. They tried to put me in Cubs. I was kicked out of Cubs. I was, every Sunday, when we went to church, my mother would give us money to put into the tray. And when I put money in the tray, Toula, I ripped the church off and took money out. I was taking more money out of the fucking, the tray going around than I was putting in. How fucked up I am, Toula? Are you following so far? I go to Nesbitt School, where I'm terrorized by my fellow classmates because my name is Kim. My mother shaves our head. I'm a fucking target. I'm a big fucking target with a big fucking target on my back because of this fucking bitch. I'm beat up at Nesbitt School. I turn to my older brother, he tells me to fuck off. Give a shit. Fine. That's okay. Then we moved to Chateauguay. And by that time, I am so fucking broken. That's what, grade 2? Grade 2. We moved to Chateauguay. Where I am so fucking broken. You have no idea, Toula, how broken I was before you ever let eyes on me. Okay? You say I'm dangerous, you're afraid of me. Do you remember when Ray, we were at the house, we just got married, and Ray, my mother's other brother, or one of the other brothers, threatened to have you raped? You remember that, Toula? Do you remember when I got the shotgun out from underneath the bed and she fucking held 8 bullets? And I was going to fucking shoot him in cold blood? to protect you from him? Because see, I knew what they were. You didn't. Okay? I know till this day what they are. You don't. But I do. Because see, I'm a product of them. They murdered me, Toula. Long before you met me, they murdered me. Murdered my soul, raped and murdered me. My mother knew this, Toula. She was ancestral herself, Toula. So when you put Creed and put my mother on a pedestal, you be very fucking careful who you're putting on a pedestal. This fucking thing is ancestral. She's a fucking witch. But that's your business, Toula. Okay? You want to take her for money, you want to whatever you fucking do, take her for everything she's fucking worth. You take her for every fucking dime she's got if you want. I don't give a shit, Toula. Okay? They're nothing to me. The damage is already done, Toula. Okay? So, where are we, Toula? We're now at your front door. I'm delivering milk. You come out in that hot, tight gray sweater of yours with your long flowing hair and your tight jeans. Honey, you took my fucking breath away, okay? I fell in love with you when I saw you that moment. I wanted to take you in my arms and ravish you, okay? But you turned to me and said, I'm doing a project at school. Could I ask you a couple of questions? You know, right then and there, too, I should have said no. But I didn't, because you had me wrapped around your finger. And I fell in love with you. And I let you ask me those questions. And I answered them for you. And then the next thing you know, you're asking my father for my number, and I'm getting a call from you. Do you remember that, Toula? Remember you pursued me? I didn't pursue you. You pursued me. You wanted me. Now, the question becomes, Toula, did you want me because of me? Did you want me because you loved me and you desired me? Or did you want me because you thought I was the way out of your mother's jail? Because I remember you telling me right after we got divorced that you only married me to get you out of the house. Remember telling me that, Toula? Do you remember, Toula? Anyways, honey. I love you more than you'll ever know. I never stopped loving you. I love you more today than I ever did in my life. You're afraid of me? You don't have to be afraid of me. I mean you no harm. There's more to be said, so let's just jump to bring things to you. You remember the last two times you came up? Let's go with the first time on Morissette Avenue. You came up with Chris. Unfortunately, you got sick from that bad flu that was going around those years ago. And you guys got severely sick. You just were throwing up. You couldn't eat. You spent that weekend in my king-size bed while I was taking care of you and cleaning up the vomit off the floor and calling the paramedics and making sure I was doing everything humanly possible for you guys, for your wellness. And then you were well by Monday morning enough to travel. I drove you to the bus, Toula, and we never had a chance to talk. The second time you came up, the last time, at 28 Carling Avenue, the apartment with the blue doors that I had, you came up with Chris. Melanie was in her room. She wouldn't come out because she was put off. She felt somehow, I don't know, inconvenienced maybe. Missy, you have to understand something about Melanie. Melanie thinks I'm exclusively hers, okay? Exclusively hers. I made her admit it in the car one day because she would never allow a woman in my life. She wouldn't stand for it. She couldn't. She couldn't deal with it. So, when I said to the other day I wrote I've been alone for 15 years, that's really not true. Actually, I've been alone for 25 years. You know, Toula, out of all the women I've slept with, and all the married women I've been with and told me they loved me, and you know, it all came back to you. All came back to you. It always comes back to you. Always. Do you know I've been in the middle of having sex with a woman and I have to stop? Because she's not you. I don't give her some excuse, I have a pain in my gut, or something stupid, something innocent, just to relieve her of any anxiety she may be going through. Okay? So anyways, Toula, it's always been you. It'll always be you. Okay? I never got over you. I never will get over you. I'll love you to the end of time, Toula. I wouldn't harm a hair on your head. Okay? Not a hair on your head. So anyways, I love you very much. I would marry you again in a minute. Do you know that? And I remember the last time you came up, you had, you had hinted that you would like to leave Quebec and get out. You never called. I don't know if you were scared. You don't have the guts to do it. Don't quite know what it is, Toula. Okay, but all you have to do is say, listen, Kim, can I come up? You put me up and show me around the city and stuff like that. Show me the ropes. And I would have said, sure. You could have, shacked up with Melanie, could have slept with me. You could have had the bedroom and the queen size bed and had her bedroom. And Melanie would have shacked up with me on the hide bed in the living room. I would have shown you around. You could have got out. But I don't know what stopped you. I don't know what stopped you from calling me. I didn't hurt you. I was a gentleman. Okay? Don't be afraid of me. Now, I'm going to bring you to present time because you seem to be a little confused about a lot of things about me. Fuck, where do I start, eh? Where do I start? You say you're a card reader. And I know this about you. I don't know if you gave it up, if you've got better, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to go by what I know about you. You're a card reader. I'm going to show you 2 card readings in a minute on the thing before this is over. Hang on, my producer's trying to tell me something. Am I running halfway through time? I'm halfway there? Okay. Okay, my producer told me I'm halfway there, so I'll try and speed this up to it, but I'm trying to give it to you, okay, sister? I love you, I want to tell you the truth. So I'll try and speed this up. I'm a card reader. I've been doing card readings forever. I've done thousands of card readings, Toula. 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 Oh, shit, Toula. When I was raped and murdered, Toula, by Russell, I broke into many factions. Many factions, Toula. Toula, I'm not one person. We're many people. Many people. You're the first person I'm ever telling this to. Actually, the second person, Toula. Because 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago, I told my producer. So, Toula, I broke into many factions after I was murdered. I was so confused. Okay? To be honest with you, Toula, I have no idea who's talking to you at the moment. None whatsoever. Okay? They take over. I'm more than one person. I'm more than one personality. You see my mood swings, and even I read earlier today, a cop was writing something, said I changed it right before her eyes. Right before her eyes. I only answered select questions, he said, in the thing I was reading. Toula, I'm not alone. I've never been alone. Somehow, somewhere along the line, Toula, they got in to me. I don't know when, I don't know where. Maybe they got into me when I was murdered, when I was 4 years old. And all they wanted to do was protect him. Because see, when I write now, and if you read it, then I know everybody else watching, Toula, so we're not alone, Toula, okay? But this video is especially for you. Only you. I think they got into me when I was 4. I think they protect me, but they take over and I don't have control of it, Toula. I wish I did, I just don't. And nobody can help me, Toula. The only thing might help me, maybe, is if a priest did an exorcism on me. That's the only way, I think, to fix me. The judge says I'm vicious, Toula. They say I'm vicious, Toula. I'm not vicious. They're vicious. I am being pushed, Toula, right at the moment to fulfill a prophecy made about me years ago. You want to know what the prophecy is? I can't tell you. But I can tell you the first part, Toula. The first part of the prophecy was Melanie. Melanie's not supposed to be here. Melanie was sent here to save my life. That's why Melanie was sent to me. To save my life, Toula. Okay? Melanie doesn't even know this about me, but she's going to know this when she sees the tape. Because as you see in the tape, Melanie and I don't talk anymore. Demetra, I don't even know if you want to be called Demetra or Toula. I should have asked you. No disrespect, Demetra, if I call you Toula, okay? I only know you by Toula. I don't know you by anything else. Anyways. If you talk to me, Toula, and give me 5 minutes, I'll tell you about the prophecy. But see, Toula, I can't tell you about the second part of the prophecy because I'm living it. So I can't tell you about it. I can tell you verbally, but if I tell you on this video, it's not good. They're telling me I'm not allowed to. So I'm allowed to tell you over the phone. I'm allowed to tell you maybe Facebook or something. If you got Facebook, you know where to find me. If you want to know what the 2 other parts of the prophecy are. I'm reaching out to you for the last time, Toula. I'm running out of time. The issue is extremely forced with me. I have no control over this. They compel me to do this, and they're forcing me to fulfill the prophecy. Okay? I have no choice. They leave me no choice, Toula. Okay? I have no control over this. Toula, I want to tell you what the cost of you were to me. You cost me 4 cracked discs in my spine when I was swinging a sledgehammer doing tractor-trailer tires for Michelin Tire at Côte de Liesse. Remember my 4 cracked discs? 4 cracked, 1 herniated disc. I have sciatic nerve in my back. I have a broken back for the rest of my life because of trying to make us work. Secondly, you see me always wearing sunglasses. Well, I wear sunglasses for a reason, Toula. I welded so much in Verdun trying to make that 35% in that crummy fucking paycheck. It cost me my eyes. My eyes are just getting worse. My left one is worse than my right. I'm going blind in my left eye, Toula. Did that job cost us our marriage, Toula? Absolutely. Why? Gilles didn't pay me the money he was supposed to. He's always fucking us around. I was always coming up short for his excuses. Put a lot of stress on our marriage, our young marriage, Toula. So, you know what I mean? Do you resent me for that and blah, blah, blah? Yes, okay, fine. I accept full responsibility. Do you know, Toula, back then I couldn't spell? I bet you didn't know that about me. Never went to school, remember, Toula? They locked me up like an animal. Do you remember, Toula? Do you remember, Toula, after the riot at Shawbridge, you came to visit me? Do you remember coming to see me at Shawbridge, Toula? I remember you coming to see me at Shawbridge, Toula. You loved me back then, didn't you? A little bit. Do you think you still have love in your heart for me now? The Kim you remember? Do you recognize the Kim in front of you? Because the Kim in front of you, Toula, is not the Kim you once knew. The Kim you once knew died a long time ago. There's no anger here for you. None. In this desolate world I live in, not a scrap of anger for you. That's all gone. All that remains, Toula, is my love for you. That's all that remains. Nothing more. Do you know I can still feel your lips on mine after all this time? Do you know, just in case you don't know, I'll tell you anyways. The married women that I sleep with, Toula, they still tell me I'm a good fuck. They tell me that, and they find it curious how I satisfy them, and I don't care about satisfying myself when I'm in bed with them. I couldn't care less. I don't like to be known as a bad fuck. Okay. So anyways, I thought you'd like to know that. I didn't die. I may be old, but I'm not dead. But I am dead. I've been dead for a long time, really. Like I say, they took over, they run this now. I don't run this. Kim doesn't run this. They run it. Okay? Some personalities are stronger than the others, but they do click in and I have no control over it. They just take over. That's it. They just take over. The moment, the time, the situation, whatever happens to be, they take over. I don't fight them. It's pointless. Toula, I want to let you know that this old body of mine, I suffer from arthritis, severe arthritis. My hands cramp, my shoulder, my back. My hands cramp up like that, Toula. Fuck. It keeps coming to me and it keeps slipping. They keep telling me this and they keep throwing it at me. Right. The pain is so bad with me, Toula, that I become, in my arms burn, my hands cramp. It makes me so nauseous that I throw up. I throw up so much that there's nothing to throw up, but I'm still throwing up because of the pain. I suffer, Toula, from an oversized adrenal gland. What does that mean? That means my adrenal gland is oversized. That means I'm pumping out pure adrenaline 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. I'm going 1,000,000 miles an hour all the time. So when I'm sick and I'm in pain and the adrenaline's pumping and it's almost like a tsunami and I can barely stand it. Most nights, Toula, I lay in bed, my fingers are white, I'm holding on to the bed for the pain, I'm crying, and the adrenaline is just flowing through me like a tidal wave. And I can't stop it. So I have to let go and hold on to let it all rush out. And you want to hear the kicker, sister? When it releases and I drain it, it's right back and I start all over again. It starts all over again. You, Toula, run on gasoline. Me, Toula, I run on rocket fuel. Okay? Rocket fuel. As I get older, as you get older, you're going to be going slower and slower because you're getting old, right? Well, me, honey, I'm going to be going faster and faster. And the older I get, the faster I'm going to be going. And this is what I have to look forward to in my old age. Can you imagine all these years I've lived like this? This is the first time I'm actually expressing it and saying it, and they're forcing me to say this to you, to set the record straight with you. So you don't pass judgment on us too quickly. Okay? Don't pass judgment on me. You wrap your heart around me. The person you fell in love with. The person you married. Wrap yourself in your head around me now. Can you do it, Toula? Can you show me mercy, Toula? Can you show Kim mercy, Toula? Show him mercy. Talk to him. Give him 5 minutes of your precious time. If after all of this of what I said, you still insist of standing your ground in your position with me, I respect you. I respect you for that, and I accept that. But don't walk away from all of this with some half-baked conclusion about me when you know nothing about me. Actually, you know nothing about Kim and his life and where he is now. Kim is a better man than he's ever been. We made him that way. Even though you think I'm crazy, or you think he's crazy, he's not. We are. We're crazy motherfuckers. We protect Kim at all costs. All costs. That's our job. That's my job. See, I'm the muscle. Me, I take care of all the dirty work. I do all the dirty work. Do you know that I move so fast that my friends and my colleagues made me strip in front of them? And you're saying to yourself, why? Because Toula, they couldn't believe the shit I do, how long I can go without sleeping and get the job done. The problem they had with me was that they thought I was a junkie because they didn't believe I wasn't shooting speed. Okay? By the way, Toula, speed is my drug of choice. Why? Because me going on speed and shooting speed is like going on cruise control. Okay, Toula? Cruise control. So they made me strip. And they checked between my toes and they checked me all over. And there wasn't a fucking pinprick in me. And then they believed me. And they couldn't believe me, but they believed me. Because they had no choice. Because they seen me in action. They saw me live, Toula. I am very credible amongst my peers, Toula. Credibility? They call me and tell me scenarios and ask me to come up with a plan. And they want more than one plan, they want 2 plans. Okay? I used to pay people $500 just to take me a ride up the street. Why? Because I was on a job. That's why. People that work with me got paid very well, Toula. Very well. We made good money. Have I led crews, Toula? Yes, I have. I'm good at what I do. I've been taught by the best. I've been beaten up by the best. They taught me everything I know, Toula. Okay, everything I know, Toula. I protect Kim. I'm the muscle. I'm the savage that the judge called Kim. He wasn't calling Kim a savage. He was calling me a savage. Toula, I love you. He loves you. We love you. We love you for him. We'll protect you for him. All you gotta do is ask. I'm running out of time, Toula. Okay, you've seen the tapes. You know the stakes are very high for him. If you would talk to him, he would explain it to you. And he would tell you the truth. Are you afraid of him? Don't be afraid of him. He's not going to hurt you. If anybody you're to be afraid of, you're to be afraid of me. But I'm not going to hurt you, and I never would. Because he wouldn't allow it. And he would never put a contract out on you, like he's done to other people. So he won't do that to you, and I won't do that to you, and I make sure nobody does that to you. If you need Kim, all you gotta do is ask. And we'll come. Or I'll come. In your defense. On his behalf. I think I've covered everything. I want you to know about him, Toula. I want you to know how broken he is. Like I said, I've never said this to anybody before. I've never admitted it. But I'll admit it to you, Toula. I'm admitting it to you. For him. For his sake. Maybe for your sake. And maybe out of all the takes and everything that's going to be said in the next few days until the 31st, things will become clearer to you. The children are not part of this. Your family and my family are not part of this, Toula. This is for you and Kim. We're doing this. So you're clear of who he is. How damaged he is. How, after all these years, how much he yearns for you and misses you. You're the only one, Toula. You've always been the only one for him. There is no replacing you, Toula, for him. I think we're coming to a close here. Before the close and before I leave, John is going to show you 2 card readings. The first one you're going to see in front of the screen is about you and me, done 2 hours ago. Stop, John. The second one you're going to see, Toula, because I've invoked another pack of cards. I've asked God, Satan, Manon to represent me in the second pack of the cards. My other deck here, which I invoked a couple hours ago. It talks about only its function is to deal with the police and the city. So when I tell John, he's going to get up and he's going to show you the 2 readings. Fine. Before I go and before this happens, you're going to see a song that I'm going to put up for you. I want you to listen to this song. And unfortunately, John, just bear with it for a 2-minute song, okay? It explains how I feel and what I want to say to you. Okay? And this, out of all the millions of videos and music I know, this is the only video and song that I can put with this video. It's by Daughtry. It's called It's Not Over. It's a very passionate song. It's how he really feels about you. It's how he would like you to view this film and remember him. That's how the video will end. There's 2 songs I would like you to listen to on Kim's behalf. One is Careless Whispers by Seth. Careless Whispers. The intensity of this song played will describe how he feels, how Kim always feels. 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. This is how intense he is because of his adrenal gland and all the adrenaline that's pumping through him. The third song that he wants you to hear is Duran Duran's Original World. Listen to those two songs. The reason why he's chosen Duran Duran Original World for the last song he wants you to hear is because we believe that this is what he's searching for his final rest. On that, Toula, the reason why I'm not wearing a shirt is because I'm going 1,000,000 miles an hour. I'm vibrating. I'm overheating. And that's why I'm not wearing a shirt. I have my cross. On this cross, Toula, is the Lord's Prayer. I never take it off. Ever. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, Toula. I'll answer you truthfully and honestly, without hesitation. On that, this is over. Toula, I love you with all my heart. He loves you, Toula. Study them, Toula. You're a card reader. You know what they say. I know what they say. The first reading, Toula, like I said, it was about you and me. The second one has been invoked. This pack of cards have been invoked specifically for the Ottawa Police and the City of Ottawa. That's it, Toula.